Saturday afternoon, Trailblazer Game Day starts right now. Built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Glad you're with us here on the Fan Sports Network from the studio here as Utah Tech, 1-3 on the season so far, goes out to Fort Collins to Canvas Stadium to take on the 1-2 Rams of Colorado State. I'm Devin Dixon, joined by Mark Musgrave and Caden Formaster. And guys, this has been on the calendar for years now. This has been the money game of the season. And here it comes in week 5. Huge test, to say the least, for Coach Peterson and the Trailblazers.
Yeah, Colorado State kind of got on the map. Well, they've been on the map, but a lot of hype a couple of weeks ago when they were up against Colorado. And I asked Caden on our show a couple of weeks ago, I said, Caden, would you have ever woken up on a Sunday morning and looked to see what the Colorado State score was? Well, with all that hype between the two coaches a couple of weeks ago, I did that. I woke up on a Sunday morning and looked up the Colorado State game. But, now it's Utah Tech, Colorado State.
I watched it till 12:30 Mountain Time, double overtime. I didn't have to wake up to see anything. I was captivated by that game. Obviously, the controversial hit that knocked Hunter out. But, that's great for the state of Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. And we've liked these border wars. Utah, Colorado, Utah Utes, and the Buffs. They've had a rivalry, although the Buffs have not been relevant, really, the last couple of seasons. We're hoping, that this is a good game. We hope Utah Tech can look like they looked a couple weeks ago, Caden, when they went out to NAU and had a 37-7 lead at halftime.
Yeah, that's really the one game that stands apart from the rest. They played that game so well in all facets of the game as well. You were talking special teams, defense, and offense. All of them just meshed really well together. They got the jobs done. Defense was scoring points, and that's exactly what you want to see in that kind of a game. They took a little bit of a hit last week, and we're not going to lie. Missouri State's a rough game for them, and this is a game where they definitely want to try to bounce back and at the very least be competitive, right? Obviously, they're playing to win. You're not going into a game to not play to win, but it would be nice to just see them come out, be competitive against what looks to be a pretty decent Colorado State team.
As Coach Edwards says, you play to win the game.
Yeah, and Coach Norvell, he promised when he was hired for the Rams that he was going to air it out, air raid. And they've got a quarterback can do that. And so the question is can Kobe Tracy bounce back? Such a good game in the win a couple weeks ago. Kind of took a step backwards last week, a bunch of interceptions and not a good stat line. Now, receivers, offensive line, a lot of factors go into that. I'm not putting that all on Kobe Tracy, but if you just look at that matchup, quarterback play is going to be a must for the Trailblazers if they're going to hang around and have a chance to win this game and pocket that guaranteed money check when they head back to St. George.
Well, Colorado State, they averaged 354 yards of passing per game. However, they give up 365 yards of passing per game. So this is a game that Kobe Tracy can have a bounce-back game.
Fowler Nicolosi is picking defenses apart. Through 2 starts, redshirt freshman has thrown for 688 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he's only been sacked 5 times in the first 3 weeks of the season. So some pretty good numbers there. This is the pregame show. Trailblazer Game Day, built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Get on over there for great selection, everything for your lawn and garden and home at 3 Southern Utah Bucks Ace Hardware locations. We're just getting things going. When we come back after a quick timeout, Alex Foster, offensive lineman of the Trailblazers. He was one of the bright spots last week. I don't think he gave up a sack. If he did, it was 1 sack from that left tackle position, that money position. We'll get to know him and chat with him about last week and the game coming up today. Stay with us on Trailblazer Game Day.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Alex Foster with me here, Trailblazer offensive lineman. Alex, what's going on, man? Great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the time.
Hey, talk to me a little bit about your journey, first and foremost. Let's get to know you a little bit. How'd you get recruited and end up here at Utah Tech?
So out of high school, I wasn't super recruited, and it actually was last week of until signing day. I didn't have any offers, and then one day all the entire coaching staff showed up to my house, and they extended me an offer, and now I'm here.
I love it, man. What do you think of St. George so far?
I mean, it's brutal in the summer, but besides that, I love it. It's great.
Redshirt sophomore. What are you studying in school?
So I'm in business management right now, and then minoring in marketing.
Right now, you're minoring in football too, right?
Yep, football. Yep, the full-time job.
Coach Peterson wants you to major in pancake blocks this year.
Oh, 100%. He loves the pancakes. The more, the better for him.
Hey, one of the bright spots, you were stingy last week. I don't think they got a sack against you. I know it wasn't the outcome, but how do you guys regroup after going out to Missouri State and getting beat?
I mean, it was a tough loss. There was a lot of, things that we felt that we could have done better, but, we just strive to, focus on, the process and not necessarily the results. And so, the process for us is just go back to work, and that's how we get better.
Talk to me a little bit about the chemistry between you and the rest of the offensive line and the quarterbacks.
I mean, honestly, we were great. The offensive line, between ourselves, we love hanging out with each other outside of football. And so we were able to build that chemistry, on and off the field. And especially with the quarterbacks, we're always on the same page. We don't necessarily talk to them as much, but, we love hanging them out. We love, supporting them. And, they're our biggest cheerleaders when we're theirs.
What does the offensive line do to hang out? What's those team? I mean, is it a game of Madden? Or are you guys just hitting Chuckarama? What are you guys doing?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. We got to start out with, the Madden to figure out who's going to pay. But afterward, we love to go to the buffets or just restaurants to kind of, fill up a little bit.
Obviously, it starts in the trenches. You guys got another big game against a Mountain West school in Colorado State. I'm sure you watched the double overtime game against Colorado. I'm sure you saw them against Cam Ward, Wazoo. Talk about the challenges. They like to blitz a lot, and they come and they bring some physical defensive players to this matchup. Just your thoughts and strategies on Saturday from the offensive line's perspective.
From the offensive line, they're a good defensive line, and so we just gotta man up a little bit. We all gotta be 5 for 5. We gotta block as best as we can, and that's what ultimately is gonna give us a shot, is being able to pick up the pressures, and you'll be able to win our one-on-ones.
Talk to me a little bit about your progression. Where do you feel like the ceiling is for you, and where are you at in that process to get to where you want to be the best version of you?
I really, you're always, there's always something to work on, and I feel like I have a lot of things I can work on, and obviously, my goal is to be the very best I can. Hopefully, winning all conference, all American. That's always my goal. But right now, I think I just need to continue to get better with, my run game and continue to put on weight.
What's the chemistry with you and the running backs? 2 new running backs are getting the most of carries in Walker Jr. and Chris Street.
Oh, we love the running backs. Every morning we get to go down on the grass field and we work out with them for about 20, 30 minutes, picking up pressures, making sure we're all on the same page. So we have a lot of great chemistry with the backs.
Any smack talking in practice this week with Big Max on the defensive side of the ball?
You always got to talk a little bit to Max. He loves to chat. We love to chat, especially Ty Hyde. But, it's just all fun. At the end of the day, we all love each other.
1-3 right now. How big would it be if you guys shocked the world and beat Colorado State? This is a money game. They're paying us to go out there. They're already counting it as a win. How big would it be if you guys were able to pull off the upset?
I think for us it'd be huge. The world might think it's a shock. I think within the team we all think we can do it. I don't think that'd be a surprise for us if we were able to come away with the win. We just all need to be on the same page, but I think that'd be huge for momentum, especially as we head into the conference play.
Alex Foster, left tackle, hanging out with me. Great to get to know you. Great to chat with you. Kickoff 5 o'clock. Go get him. We'll be watching, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, welcome back. Trailblazer Game Day right here on your home for the Trailblazers, thefansportsnetwork.com. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave, Caden Formaster, hanging out. Nothing we'd rather do than talk some Trailblazer football leading up to this game tonight against Colorado State. That was fun having Alex Foster on the show. Good to get to know him a little bit, and big expectations for this offensive line. This Rams defense is going to blitz. They're going to come after Kobe Tracy and the Blazers. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Sand Hollow Resorts presents our Coordinator's Corner. We'll talk with J.B. Hall, one of the new coaches of the staff. Mark and Caden caught up with him right after this timeout. Don't touch that dial. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Luke with Uding Associates at American Family Insurance. At Uding Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Welcome on into the Coordinator's Corner here with the Fan Sports Network. Keaton Formaster and Mark Musgrave.
The voice you know.
And we have with us Special Teams Coordinator Coach J.B. Hall Jr. Welcome in, Coach. How are you?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing well. Fired up to get the opportunity to speak with you guys and the rest of Trailblazer Nation.
Yeah. And first off, this is your first time doing the Coordinator's Corner with us. Introduce us and introduce yourself to Trailblazer Nation and the Fan Sports Network Nation.
No doubt. Well, I'm originally from Boulder, Colorado. We come to St. George via Georgia Tech last season.
Okay.
Had the opportunity to meet the staff here, and I've already worked with a couple guys on staff and knew them. So we got the opportunity to come here and have an enjoyable transition from across the country to get back on this side of the country where we're closer to family and friends. And it's been a really, really cool experience. This is my first time being a coordinator. I've worked with obviously defense and special teams for the majority of my career. And to be here in St. George and at Utah Tech, it's been a really, really fun experience. And to talk about the football portion of it, man, our guys really enjoy playing with each other, hanging out with each other. And I truly believe that special teams is the culture of your football team because you get the opportunity to coach both defensive guys and offensive guys at the same time.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your playing career. I assume you had a playing career somewhere along the line there, right?
No doubt.
So tell me a little bit about that.
After high school, I graduated from Boulder High School. I got the opportunity to go to play football at Adams State University. That's in Southern Colorado, Division II school in the RMAC League. As soon as I got done playing, I played receiver and special teams. As soon as I got done playing, I jumped right into coaching at the University of Colorado as a defensive graduate assistant. Then took my first full-time job at Montana, spent a quick year at Sac State, some couple years at Idaho State, and then, like I said, most recently coming back west from Atlanta and being at Georgia Tech. So we've kind of bounced around the country a little bit, but it's been a lot of fun for sure.
I had a little time in Sacramento as well. Not playing football, I wish. I wasn't that good. Being a receiver and now you're coaching the corners, or do you think does that help you and kind of teach your corners on what to look for, what a receiver's going to do, that kind of stuff?
Oh, for sure. I think, being able to have the opportunity to play on offense has helped me in my coaching career just give those guys insight, right? There's a couple things in regards to how receivers want to run routes, what offenses are trying to get accomplished within those schemes offensively that I can help our guys understand a little bit quickly and quicker so that they can play fast. Ultimately, that's what we're trying to get accomplished is we want our guys to play fast. We don't want them thinking. We want them seeing things and reacting. So, yes, having that opportunity has helped me a ton. I grew up as a coach's kid. So my dad was a high school football coach in the state of Colorado for 20 plus years.
Wow.
So I grew up on the football field. It wasn't like I went to coaches meetings before I probably even should have. so having a little bit of background kind of helps me do that. And yeah, definitely. That's a great question. I definitely agree with that.
Is Trey joining you in coaches meetings?
Today he did. He did.
We've seen him kind of floating around the studio here today.
That's the little guy, Trey.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So tell me a little bit about, especially on the special teams side. Let's talk about Brooksby for a second. He's one heck of a kicker. You guys are lucky to have him.
Yeah, for sure. Connor's done a fantastic job, and I think it stems from the competition in the room. We've done a great job here building the culture in the specialist room. We've got some really, really good guys that you guys haven't even seen. And that's because Connor has kind of rose to the top, and he's done a really good job of staying consistent. You know, one of the things that we preach with the specialist is consistency, rhythm, and routine. And he's done a great job doing those three things, which has helped him make long field goals, kick the ball out of the end zone on kickoffs. And he's done a good job not just being a kicker, which you can't just be in college football nowadays. And he's done a good job being a leader in the program within the locker room. So the guys trust him, they love him, and that confidence will continue to build in himself and within his teammates. So, yeah, we have no problem sending him out there to kick a long field goal because we know he can do it.
Yeah. Now, Colorado State this weekend.
Yes.
I was looking at some of their box scores and their stats. They've got a great, looks like a great quarterback and a great passing game.
For sure.
Braden Fowler and Nicolosi went 30 for 43 last week, 321 yards, 2 TDs. He did throw a pick, so you have that going for us anyways. Has that been a focus this week in practice, like working with the corner? This is going to be a passing game, it sounds like.
Oh, for sure. You know, I think Coach Norvell and that staff does a fantastic job offensively. And even just dating myself a little bit, I had the opportunity to coach against them when I was at Idaho State.
Yeah.
And they were at Nevada. It's the same thing, right? Really good quarterback, really good receivers, really good offensive line. You know, I think they do a really nice job packaging their stuff and putting their playmakers in spots where they can go make the play, right? And it's very evident on tape that they want their quarterback to give that ball to the receivers, right? They're putting it on spots. They're letting them rip and run. And, yeah, it's a huge week for us. And, you know, when you think about passing offense, yeah, you want to involve the secondary, the corners, and the safeties. But just as much as it's on us to control vertical lines and stay in a position where we're not giving up explosive passes, it's about the whole defense, right? And it's about the game plan. Like, what do we do as a unit, as a program, to keep that explosive offense off the field, right?
Yeah.
We want to do that too, right? So we want to sustain drives offensively. We want to play clean special teams. And then when we get on the field defensively, we got to get after that quarterback. I think he's really good. He moves his feet well in the pocket, but we want to give him muddy pictures so that when he drops back, it's different than what he saw pre-snap. So I think a lot of it depends on the full game plan of the game.
Yeah.
But shoot, those guys are good, man. We got to stay on top of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk again. You're being from Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
You're not too far away. That Colorado State game was obviously really hyped up. A lot of people were watching it. And what Coach Prime right now is doing with the world of college football. I'm sure you guys are even feeling a little bit of that trickle down effect. But it did put Colorado State on the map already once this season in a big way. Do you guys feel like you've seen some of that in preparation for this ball game?
Definitely. You know, I think Colorado State has done a good job in regards to preparing for the games that they've played. They were a little bit different on tape in regards to the game that they just played, and what a gutsy win by those guys. Like, they were on the flip side of that last game versus Colorado, right? And they did a really, really nice job sticking to their plan, holding on to their guns, and then going out and executing their game plan. They're going to have a different game plan for us. We're going to see stuff that we haven't seen on tape, and they're going to do a good job making the corrections that they made from this last game. So I think we'll see some new formations. I think we'll see some new concepts. But they've done a really nice job preparing each week, and you know, hopefully we have done a good job preparing our guys, and I feel like we have. To go out and execute and play fast. That's what we want to see from our guys this week is play fast, play together, and let it all loose, for sure.
Well, hopefully we can get a couple turnovers and play a little, have some short fields and take advantage like we did against NAU.
No doubt. I think the guys' mindset is in a great place. You know, obviously we have to bounce back. There is no other idea of us not bouncing back from last week's loss, but they've done a really, really good job coming into preparing. We had a really nice meeting and practice on Monday. It transitioned into Tuesday. We had a nice, easy day today, mental day. So tomorrow we'll lighten it up. Let's go a little faster, and then prepare to get on that plane and get back to Colorado.
Love it.
Love it. Coach Hall, thank you for joining us here on the Coordinator's Corner today.
No doubt. I appreciate you guys, and can't wait to guys see you next week. Home game.
That's right.
Trailblazer Nation. Let's pack those stands. Let's get it rocking.
Go Blazers.
Start some UAC football. Let's
Heck
do
yeah.
it. Let's get into
go.
conference play.
For sure.
I love it. All right. Thanks again for joining us.
No doubt.
Hey, welcome back, Trailblazer Game Day. A lot of fun. One of the new coaches, and guys, sounded like a great interview, great guy, and a great addition to the coaching staff in JB Hall.
Yeah, absolutely. He came in here with a lot of energy, positive energy. His defense, so they are going to have their work cut out for them this week. Those corners are going to be working hard with the way that Colorado State just flings that ball around.
Yeah, and as well, I mean, we talked with him about special teams, and we know that this is a group with a lot of special team power with Brooksby back there, so he really does carry a lot of weight on his shoulders at times to get some points on the board, and he does a good job of doing it. And hats off to Coach Hall for inspiring these guys to do their best. He's a major inspiration.
Yeah.
He was on us. We got super pumped after talking to him, so I know he's definitely getting those guys in the right mindset as well.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Hopefully we can keep him around for a long time.
Absolutely.
Getting you ready for kickoff tonight. Colorado State hosting Utah Tech. Rams 1-2, Blazers 1-3. Kickoff at 5 o'clock. Still more to come on Trailblazer Game Day, presented by Sand Hall Resort and built by Bucks Ace Hardware. We caught up with Chris Street, Trailblazer running back, transfer from Cal. We'll chat with him, get to know him a little bit more, get his thoughts on the game right after this timeout.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
Chris Street, running back, Utah Tech, hanging out with me. Chris, what's good, man?
Nothing much, just another day, another opportunity to live life.
Let's go back to last week. Nice to get some reps, 10 carries, double-digit carries, 62 yards. Good performance for you. I know getting that run game established has been an emphasis from the coaching staff. It's tough when you get down early, though, but talk about that, the reps you got and your performance last week.
Well, basically, kind of going into this week, I knew I was going to get a little bit more reps. So I was really excited because it was an opportunity for me to just kind of showcase my talent. I was just waiting for my opportunity, and my opportunity presented itself, and I just took full advantage of the reps. It was fun, and it just kind of felt good to really get back out there.
First time ever playing a football game in Missouri?
Yeah, I've never been in Missouri ever in my life, but it was kind of different experience. It was a little humid weather. I had never really been to the Midwest, so it was kind of a cool experience.
Well, let's get to know you a little bit. Where'd you grow up? And tell me about your journey here. I know you transferred from Cal originally.
Yeah, so I grew up in Southern California. It's a small city for California. It's called Eastville, California. And kind of my route to transfer here, I jumped in the portal because I felt like I was a little stagnant and the wheels were spinning. So I kind of wanted to bet on myself and try and find a new opportunity, a new place to kind of spread my wings and grow.
I love it. What do you think of St. George so far?
It's different. It's a lot desert. It's a lot hotter than my hometown. Not like too much, about 5 to 7 degrees on average. But St. George is cool. It's super like deserty. I've never been in a desert town before, so I like all the rocks and the scenery around here.
And the next 2-3 months are going to be perfect weather-wise for practice and games.
Absolutely.
All those 2 days back in August, those are a thing of the past.
all the heat blazing, and gotta slam water and any type of hydration down your throat. Yeah, it's definitely a different type of approach.
Found a good local eatery. You got a favorite restaurant you can dig into so far?
No, I really haven't. I'm really still trying to explore around St. George. I haven't really done that too much.
You just need to start hanging out with the offensive linemen.
I know they probably have the goodies. They probably have the goodies. Maybe give me a little bigger, a little buffer. We'll see about that.
Chris Street hanging out with me. Let's talk about Mountain West opponent, Colorado State. This is a money game. This is a game that, they penciled in for a win, but talk to me about the week of preparation and taking on a good school that's been in the limelight a little bit the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they definitely have some buzz around their name, but the week of preparation just goes as follows. It's just the process. Coach Hughes actually talks about this a lot. It's the process. We reset whether win or lose during the weekend, and we treat things as normal. Yes, they're a great opponent. We treat every opponent like that, like they're great, and respect them. But also we have to play our brand of ball. So I'm really excited to get that going for our team. Yeah.
Is Coach Hughes and the staff got a plan for you? I mean, after last week, are you and Ronnie still going to split touches? And how is the chemistry with a split backfield like that?
Honestly, it's really beneficial. I have no problem, splitting reps with Ronnie. I mean, it's a 1-2 punch, and then Nigel's going to get his money in too. He's a young guy, but he's explosive. But yeah, the plan is kind of same. We got to run the ball, and running the ball is going to be the name of the game, and we got to put it on the running back's shoulders. That's what we like to believe. When the game is called, the play is called to us, and we got to put the team on our shoulders and really show out and make an explosive play.
First 100-yard game when you get one this season, you're going to take the O-line out for some chuckarama?
Absolutely. Maybe get them a few gifts. I got a few ideas.
At least get them a buffet.
Yeah, some type of food. I've been to Ocean's buffet around here. That was pretty good. That's been like my.
You like the sushi then?
I do like sushi. I'm a big seafood, Asian food type of guy. So yeah,
I'm a man of my own heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Binge Sakura. It's all good.
I haven't been to Sakura yet, but I heard good things.
Yep. It's fantastic. Chris Street hanging out with me here. Talk some keys for the offense to go shock Colorado State.
The keys for the offense is really just taking care of the ball and really capitalizing on turnovers. When the defense gets a turnover, it's really capitalizing and getting points out of that. We can't we can't get the ball and then not score. So just really focusing on making plays and executing our assignment. The coaches got a good plan for us, and all we have to do is just completely buy in and trust the coaches and execute our brand of ball.
Chris, ready to buy in today? 5 o'clock kickoff, Blazers, Rams. Let's go, buddy. Great to get to know you and chat with you.
Likewise. Go Blazers.
Trailblazer game day rolls on. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster, Mark Musgrave. We're going to go out to Rod Zundel here in just a couple of minutes. But any numbers that jump off the page, anything offensively that you're looking at that could help the Blazers pull off the upset, Mark?
I think that this is going to be a game where both quarterbacks just toss that ball around all over the field. Both teams like to pass the ball, no question about it. Colorado State giving up almost 40 points a game. So Trailblazers, they have a chance to really kind of to go up against this defense, maybe put some points on the board, try to compete in this game, maybe get a turnover or two late in the first half and maybe late in the game and maybe steal one out of Fort Collins.
I do think you're right, though, because both their number 1 and 2 running backs for the Rams are hurt, and they're on their number 3. So they could air it out quite a bit. Caden, what are you looking at closely in this matchup if Utah Tech's going to make things interesting in the second half?
I mean, I think it's kind of a similar thing for the Utah Tech offense as well. Try to air that ball out. Some of your receivers are starting to prove themselves more and more each game. We saw that with Johnson. We saw it with Bo Sparks, who's really coming on the scene, has been phenomenal this year. So really, I think it does come down to a little bit of that passing game, those receivers getting open and making sure that part of your game is well established early, and just go out there and eat up some yards.
Defensively, the Blazers are giving up on average 36 a game. You got to believe on the road against a Mountain West school, you got to keep it below that if you're going to have a chance to win this game. And we talked with JB Hall a little bit earlier, and you rest assured he'll have the team fired up, and so will Misi Tupe and Coach Hunter and everybody.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, again, I'm looking for, I'm going to jump on Caden's coattails here. I'm looking for a big game from Bo Sparks, from Johnson. Those guys should have really good games today.
It will be interesting to see how the running back reps are divvied up, because we've seen Ronnie Walker have some flashes of brilliance and Chris Street as well. He was the lead back last week, and it was fun to have him, Alex Foster, drop by in our Trailblazer game day. The countdown to kickoff will continue here in just a few minutes. We're going to go out to Rod Zundel. Do want to thank our great sponsors here on the Fan Sports Network for bringing the show, Sand Hollow Resort, and it's all built by Bucks Ace Hardware. For Mark and Caden, I'm Devin. Let's send it out to Fort Collins Canvas Stadium. Here's the voice of the Trailblazers, Rod Zundel.
Hey, we all brothers, we all family. Let's go. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Trailblazer Kickoff, presented by TDS, Internet, TV, Phone.
Let's go! Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado on a beautiful fall football afternoon. It is Aggie Day here at Colorado State, celebrating the history of when this school was known as Colorado A&M. Utah Tech is here to spoil their party. The countdown to kickoff is on for the Trailblazers and Rams.
And welcome inside Canvas Stadium on the campus of Colorado State University. We are 31 minutes away from kickoff. Utah Tech and Colorado State. Glad to have you aboard this afternoon. Rod Zundel here. It's a great day for some football, about 80 degrees, 78, 80 degrees at kickoff. Just a slight breeze, and it's the third time that Utah Tech has faced an FBS opponent. A couple of years ago, they played at New Mexico State. They lost there. And then last year, they lost at BYU. Both, they had leads in the first half, but they weren't able to hold on. They lost in the second half. So this is the third meeting for an FBS school trying to get win number 1 against the big boys. One of the main things that we need to talk about is Sam Kano-Nata'a, the defensive end, had a pick 6 against Northern Arizona, had a fumble recovery last week at Missouri State. He is not here today, will not play, got an injured knee. So Sam, that's going to be a big hit on the defense. So Brandy Okeke, he's from Colorado, just a few miles from here near Denver in the at Aurora. And he is going to get the start today. And he has 3 teammates that he played high school with. He's going to be lining up against those guys today when they're on the offensive line. So he said he usually talks to his former high school teammates during the season, but he's not talking to them this week. Also, you see the offensive guys working out and warming up. Chris Street, he had 10 carries, 63 yards a week ago. Expect him to get a little bit more production as well. So should be a fun atmosphere here. It's Aggie Day. The Colorado State Rams dressed in orange jerseys and green pants. Kind of like Christmas gone wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But it's Aggie Day. They were the Colorado's A&M up until 1957. Then they switched to Colorado State University. All right, so Utah Tech 2 weeks ago got a big win on the road in Northern Arizona, but last week they lost that momentum in a loss at Missouri State. And this week, sounds of the game, we go back to last Saturday against the Bears and the Trailblazers.
And welcome inside the Robert W. Plaster Stadium in Springfield, Missouri.
Fumble, and it's recovered by Utah Tech. Going deep, he's got a receiver diving. Can't make the catch. He fumbles again, picked up at the 32-yard line. Going deep again, got a receiver wide open. Caught at the 10-yard line. Hands off to Ronnie Walker Jr. around the left side. Touchdown! 10-yard run by Walker Jr. Hand off to Chris Street. Got some room across the 40. Still on his feet. The delay to Chris Street. Breaks through a tackle. Got a lot of room. And down to the 16-yard line. There it is. Touchdown, Kobe Tracy. Down the seam. Caught. 5 touchdown. And Andy Day's going to have a fake punt from his own 5-yard line. And he goes out of bounds. The final here in Springfield, Missouri. Missouri State 59 and Utah Tech 14.
All right, so the Trailblazers looking to bounce back in a big way after the disappointment last week in Missouri here in Fort Collins. Now, one place where the Trailblazers really need to improve on from a week ago is quarterback play. Kobe Tracy went most of the way through 4 interceptions. He's going to have to have a better game and a better outing like he did against Northern Arizona. where he was pretty much on target the entire game. So let's look for Kobe Tracy to have a better game, bounce back, and Boone Abbott, the other quarterback, he is healthy now. So if Kobe can't get it done, then we may see Boone. He got to start the first 2 games, but hasn't played since the first half of the game at Montana. So what went wrong and what went right for the Trailblazers last week against the Bears at Missouri State? Well, here to answer that question is Coach Paul Peterson in this week's edition of Field Session.
Missouri State did a really good job with some crossing routes. They're coming from one side of the field to the other. We got a crossing route right here. We're doing a little twist game up front. We're talking about the D-line up here, trying to get some pressure on the quarterback. Had a little miscommunication. We're vacating a zone here, and they're definitely taking advantage of it. The quarterback taking that shallow cross here across the middle. But one of the things that we've been preaching as a team is to continue fighting, continue on the play. And, we stick a helmet right on the ball right here. This is Amari Duncan doing a good job getting off the block, and we're trying to scoop and score that football. One of the things that we talked about with Cyrus last week against NAU was the smart thing that he did with the block and not getting a personal foul here. This time looks like he wanted to take advantage of this. And the funny thing is you don't get to see the hidden yardage with this. So we return this back to midfield, but because of the penalty, we take 15 yards from here, so make it a little bit longer for us. So it matters. Just being a smart football player, you can see that he does a peel back block, which is a 15-yard penalty. But really good job by our defense, forcing a turnover for us to be able to get the ball back. This play I thought was really critical. They've got a longer down and distance. They're going to do a little swing screen with the back here out of the backfield and just nice and easy and try and block and get him some good field position, maybe get a field goal since they have such bad down and distance. Anyway, we get this tackled off right here. It's going to be 3rd and forever. I think the first down's down here by the 10-yard line. Tip my hat to this running back, but we don't get him tackled. And this is one of the things, we had 13 missed tackles, and you see a couple of them right here. But strong guy. We got a lot of guys around the ball, but you can see after this, we got a lot of guys standing around and not finishing the play. Really good job by this running back. We missed another tackle. And I think this was a big turning point in the game. It sparked them, and obviously when we have no points, 2 points, and a little bit frustrating to see something like that happen where they make a big play where we're in the right position, but got to do a better job of wrapping up and tackling. That's one of the fundamentals that we're talking about. It took us a little bit to get going on offense. They had 2 turnovers early that we didn't capitalize on, but this is a really good job. They've got the 2 high safeties look. They're coming off the hash. This is the flat defender. He's going to come to anything coming to the flat and post up. Doesn't sink, so we have a nice little window. And Kobe does a really good job of giving Keith Davis an opportunity to put his hands on this ball. And if you don't know, the offensive player and the defensive player come down with the ball at the same time. The offense always wins. So basically, tie goes to the runner, tie goes to the catcher in this point. But I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job with them up front by giving Kobe a good pocket. He's able to set his feet and let that thing rip, and then giving our guys a chance. A little bit windy in the game. We like taking a lot of shots, and we were 1 for 5 in this game. We got to make sure that we take advantage of all of them. The very next play, right? So we feed off of those big plays. We're going to run a little down block with these 2 up to the linebacker, and we're going to pull Bio across here. Bio does a really good job on this block. Able to loop around that defensive end that allows Ronnie Walker to get in the end zone here. And a lot of green grass. We knew the type of coverage that they were going to do. They're going to try and stop the pass, but it leaves their box pretty thin for us to be able to run the ball. And, Ronnie does a really good job getting his pads north and south right there, boom, and scores. And that was some good momentum for us. We just need to be more consistent on taking advantage of those types of plays as well. Later on in the game, we had an opportunity to block a field goal. And one of the things that we measure by is there's some things that are difficult. This is field goal. They got really good protection right here, some stout guys up front. But, you can tell when the team's got really good effort by watching how they attack the field goal, trying to block the field goal. And our guys get really good push here. You can see they're changing the line of scrimmage. The kicker's definitely feeling it and we're able to get a hand on this ball. I think it hit the back of Max's hand right there. And a blocked field goal behind the line of scrimmage is like a fumble. But a blocked field goal that passes the line of scrimmage is like a punt. So where it got blocked is where the ball gets spotted. So, they're all whooping and thinking they got a touchdown, but that's not the way it works. We blocked a field goal. It's our ball. This was really fun. I think Coach Hall's done a really good job with our special teams. These guys are going to do some hold-up blocks and some double teams right here to get. They want to get a return, and so they got a bunch of double teams. But we saw this in some film study. We've got a rugby punt that we're going to roll out and kick the football, and if we see that there's no one around, then we can take it and give them a run-pass option, only a run-punt option. And Andy Day does a really good job of seeing it. He played rugby. That's how we got him. We saw him doing some rugby punts, and he was able to come do a little tryout for us and can kick the ball, but is also an athlete. I told him not to go out of bounds. He can make a cut. It's okay. He maybe score a touchdown there, but really fun for our guys to be able to do that, and look forward to more opportunities in the special teams game this week against Colorado State.
All right, that was Coach Paul Peterson with this week's edition of Film Session. Now, as we mentioned, this is Aggie Day. Colorado State is celebrating their history when they were named the Colorado A&M School, and in 1957 they switched to Colorado State University. And this is a nice stadium they have here. Canvas Stadium was built 6 years ago. A lot better than the stadium they had. It was about 5 miles off campus. It holds over 35,000. And there's some connections here with Utah Tech and Colorado State. Sark Arslanian, 50 years ago this year, left Weber State and became the coach here at Colorado State. And of course, he was the coach at then Dixie Junior College and at Sark Arslanian Field in Greater Zion Stadium now. So there's your connection with the Arslanian family. And also Tyrell Grayson, who played DB at Utah Tech the last couple of years. Well, now he transferred to Colorado State, and he's not going to be able to play today. He's injured. Has played sparingly. He's the backup DB, and the last couple of years at St. George, he was the starter. And as a freshman, he led the FCS in solo tackles. But Tyrell Grayson, we won't see him today. He's injured. However, we are going to see Jaden Sheridan, the current defensive back for Utah Tech. When we come back, Jaden will steal the mic, and he'll go and ask the questions. That's when the Trailblazer Kickoff Show comes back to Trailblazer Sports Vision.
He's on the 30-yard line, the 20, the 10.
You wouldn't want an incomplete football game. So why use a website with incomplete listings of Southern Utah properties? SouthernUtahRealEstate.com is the most complete, most accurate, and most comprehensive property search in Washington County. Because we're not focused on everything, just on the part that we like the best. Find your Southern Utah home at SouthernUtahRealEstate.com.
Finley Hyundai, committed to high-quality service and sales for local drivers. Stress-free car buying guaranteed.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
It's any card for the win right now at Mountain America Credit Union, which means it's time to score some cash. Simply tap, swipe, or click checkout with any Mountain America debit or credit card to be entered into a weekly giveaway for up to $500, now until September 30th. Visit macu.com/anycard to learn how to earn extra entries or to open a new account today.
when you wish upon a star.
If you're strolling through historic downtown Fort Collins and it seems familiar, well, there's a good reason for that.
If your heart is in your dream.
Downtown Fort Collins was the inspiration for Main Street USA at Disneyland. Harper Goff, who created Disneyland's Main Street USA with Walt Disney, grew up in Fort Collins. And Harper came back to Fort Collins in the 1950s to photograph buildings of his youth to use as the model for the buildings along Main Street USA in Disneyland.
As dreamers do.
And welcome back inside the Canvas Stadium on the campus of Colorado State University. We are under 17 minutes away from kickoff. Utah Tech and Colorado State. Utah Tech coming in with a record of 1-3 after last week's loss at Missouri State. Meanwhile, Colorado State coming into this one 1-2. They opened up the season with 2 straight losses at Washington State, and then also against Deion Sanders and their rival Colorado. But then they got their first win last week at Middle Tennessee State. They won that game by 8. Well, Jaden Sheridan, he's one of the mainstays in the defensive backfield for the Trailblazers. And, you know, when football's finished for Jaden, he might want to be in video production, maybe a broadcaster. Well, we gave him the chance. Actually, he stole the mic, and in this week's edition of Players Journal, he went in the locker room, and he was the one asking all the good questions.
Good morning, Trailblazer Nation. My name is Jaden Sheridan at Utah Tech. I'm a DB, and I'm going to be going around the locker room and talking to some of the guys, getting to know them.
Getting to know you.
Jaden Lawson.
What is one thing that no one knows about you?
One thing that no one knows about me is that I'm actually a black belt in Taekwondo.
A black belt? Wow, that's crazy.
I'm senior.
Ronnie Walker, number 32, running back here.
Yes, sir. What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Okay. Tell me one thing that no one knows about you.
Dude, I play the guitar.
Play the guitar?
Yeah.
And what else?
Skateboard too.
Skateboard? Okay. You don't know how to kickflip though.
I know how to nollie.
Nollie? All right. Thanks, Ronnie.
All about you.
Keith Davis.
What position do you play?
I play receiver.
All right. What is one thing that no one knows about you?
One thing that people don't know, I'll be making beats.
Make beats? Okay.
If I'm in the next Metro Boomin, don't be surprised.
All right.
Connor Brooksby.
What position do you play?
Plays kicker.
Plays kicker. What grade are you in?
I am a senior, academically
Senior?
junior.
Okay. What is one thing that no one knows about you?
I have invented 2 products. One of them I've got a patent granted on, and the other one is patent pending. So
okay, that's what's up. What was the product exactly?
So I invented a smart magazine for firearms.
Okay.
That one's for to help people secure their firearms and not allow use when it's not supposed to be used.
Yes, sir. I like to hear that.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me.
Max Christensen III.
What position do you play, Max?
Defensive tackle, number 48 in your program. Probably number 48 in your heart, too.
All right. Tell me one thing, Max, that no one knows about you.
I'm a pretty open book, man. There's not something out there that nobody knows about me, but let me see here. Well,
We're waiting.
Okay, here's something. Before I'm dead, I want to learn how to play a specific instrument. Okay, I do dabble in the realm of singing. Many people know that. What not a lot of people know is that after football is over, after I step out of a college locker room, of course, because I don't want to get made fun of, right? I want to learn how to play the cello.
The cello?
Okay. The freaking cello, baby. It's a life goal of mine.
Alrighty. Thank you, Max.
Learning about you day by day.
Okay, that was Jaden Sheridan, the defensive back for Utah Tech, in the locker room doing all the questions. Jaden wants to be in the media somehow, either in video production or a broadcaster, and I think he's off to a great start. And then, of course, we had the marching band for Colorado State and the national anthem. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Paul Peterson, get his thoughts on today's game. That's when the Trailblazer Kickoff Show comes back to Fort Collins, Colorado.
He's on the 30-yard line, the 20, the 10.
You wouldn't want an incomplete football game. So why use a website with incomplete listings of Southern Utah properties? SouthernUtahRealEstate.com is the most complete, most accurate, and most comprehensive property search in Washington County. Because we're not focused on everything, just on the part that we like the best. Find your Southern Utah home at SouthernUtahRealEstate.com.
Finley Hyundai, committed to high-quality service and sales for local drivers. Stress-free car buying guaranteed.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
It's any card for the win right now at Mountain America Credit Union, which means it's time to score some cash. Simply tap, swipe, or click checkout with any Mountain America debit or credit card to be entered into a weekly giveaway for up to $500, now until September 30th. Visit macu.com/anycard to learn how to earn extra entries or to open a new account today.
And we are back inside Canvas Stadium. 9.5 minutes till kickoff. Utah Tech at 1-3 taking on Colorado State. The Rams coming in with a record of 1-2. So time now for our pregame interview with the head coach, Paul Peterson. Get his thoughts on last week at Missouri State and what we can expect this week here in Fort Collins against the Colorado State Rams. Here's Coach Peterson.
Could you sense a resolve, a fight from your team after last Saturday at practice this week?
Yeah, I think we got a really good group of competitors, and if you're a competitor, you want to fix what's wrong and make sure that you do better. And I mean, that's all we can ask. That's been our focus all week. Is it doesn't matter, get better, and how fast you want to grow is up to you. But we're gonna keep plugging along and doing what we do.
After getting a win on the road at Northern Arizona and losing that momentum, at least for a week, how do you talk to your team about getting it back?
Yeah, you just want to capitalize on opportunities. We had a couple opportunities earlier in that game, and when things didn't go very well, we didn't respond as well as I'd like to. And when you got a bunch of confidence and you're playing tough football, you can withstand some of the storms in the game, And so we've definitely got to grow that way. A good opportunity to learn and plan on that not happening again this season.
Chris Street, the transfer from Cal, he got a lot more touches. Is he going to be involved in the game plan a little bit more?
Yeah, Chris has earned an opportunity to get more percentage of the reps. He's a little spark for us and played really well. He's a shifty back. He's a little bit different than Ronnie, but both those two add value to what we're trying to do. And we get Nigel at the three-headed monster there. Nigel's been a little banged up, but once we get all three of those guys, they each add value to our program.
quarterback play against a team like Colorado State, it's got to be more consistent.
For sure. I mean, that's the name of the game in our offense and with our team. As the quarterback goes, our whole team goes. It seems like, when we got some turnovers and we're able to take advantage of those with the quarterback position and give it to our playmakers and have them make some plays, we're gonna play a lot better. So,
is it going to be the same setup as it has been the last couple of games?
As far as quarterback, yeah, we're gonna roll with who we feel like gives us the best chance to win, and right now that's Kobe Tracy, and we'll see how he can bounce back and perform.
When you look at Colorado State, I know you like to say it's about us, but when you look at Colorado State, what sticks out in your mind and on the
they're
tape?
good. They're tough. They're well coached. Like I said, they've got some big boys up front on both sides of the ball. They play with a tremendous amount of motor, and I think their coach has done a really good job of the type of brand of football that they're playing. I know last season it wasn't as great as they wanted it to be. That they feel like it looks like they've definitely improved, and they're going to be a good team in the Mountain West.
And they've had to deal with pressure. They've had to deal with national spotlight playing Deion Sanders in Colorado.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of go-to guys, Dallin Hoker, transferred from BYU, and then another receiver, Horton. Between those two last week against Middle Tennessee State, they had 21 receptions.
Yeah, Hoker, really good big target. They're going to find a way to target him. They had some screens and some things with him that just specifically to get him the ball, and he can make some plays. So we got to keep an eye on him. And their receivers, all of them are really good. Horton had a really good game, good run after the catch. But their quarterback didn't start off the season as a starting quarterback and came in, and they feel like he's giving them the best chance to win. And he can throw. He's played pretty well the last few weeks.
Obviously, you want to get the win, but what do you want to see out of your team this week against an FBS opponent?
Just get better. I mean, I just fix those things that we need fixing, and it seems like. There's going to be ebbs and flows of the game all the time, and just want to be able to respond, whether it's positive or negative, in a way that's going to progress us forward. And so we just need to grow up a little bit from last week and learn from it. And, this will be a great preparation to prepare for our conference games, which are going to be coming up next week. But a really good challenge. It'll be fun for our guys. I want them to enjoy it. It'll be a great atmosphere with in a good stadium, so our guys will be ready to go.
Yeah, it's a fairly brand new stadium, and it's state of the art, and it's Aggie Day.
Whatever that
talking
means.
about their history, because they were in Aggie school like Utah State Aggies.
Yeah.
And they're going to wear the orange uniforms.
Yeah, that's cute. It's hunting season right now too. Doesn't make sure.
All right, Coach. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
All right, that was Coach Paul Peterson as we are moments away from kickoff, Utah Tech and Colorado State. Thank you for watching the Trailblazer Kickoff Show. For our entire crew here from The Fan and for all of our help here at Colorado State, thanks for watching. It is time for kickoff, Utah Tech and Colorado State, coming up next on the Fan Sports Radio Network.